Welcome to the Healthy Metal Hippie podcast, where art and wellness collide. I'm your host, Ashley, and I am so excited to connect with you today. Now, let's jump into today's episode, ready to rock and with an open heart. Well, hi and welcome back. Today we are here with a very special guest, Maddy from the band Saints Among Us. You are the vocalist for the band, and we were just talking like pretty much as of recording this, pretty much 3 years to the day. And I just remember that night so much. It was so much fun coming out to see you guys. So welcome to the show. I'm so excited that you could be here today.
Me too. I've been looking forward to having this chat.
And you were going to be playing a show down in London a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, in Soho, but we had to cancel last minute because we was going to be doing the podcast the day after, weren't we? But yeah, fortunately, I had to get poorly on the way down.
Yeah, I know, and that's awful. Everybody has been struck down by the flu lately.
Yeah.
It's a bit scary because you're just like, people are getting really, really ill. Yeah. So I'm glad you recovered fairly quickly.
Yeah. It was more like a 24-hour kind of bug thing that came out of nowhere, and I was just like, for God's sake, man. But yeah, I was wrote off that whole weekend, but yeah, I'm all good now. So until the call comes.
And it's kind of the worst thing though, because you're like, couldn't I just have been sick and just stayed home instead of having to drive down and get sick on the way?
Literally. Yeah. Luckily we got to, I stayed over at a friend's parents' house, and I just slept the whole day. I literally walked into the house, threw up in the bathroom, and I was like, "Hi, nice to see you. Sorry about my state right now." And then just slept for the weekend, and then drove home. So that was fun.
I guess it's also good too, because you need friends like that will just take you in. They'll embrace you and be like, "I got you," and that's it. So much nicer than if you had to stay in a hotel.
Yeah. Oh, for God. Yeah. Hell no.
I'll tell you, look, since we're talking about it, I'll tell you one time I got sick in the elevator of a hotel just as a family was getting on with their young child. And it was the most embarrassing experience probably of my life. And I felt so bad. I still feel bad. And so, not that they're probably listening, but if they are family, I am so sorry about that. It was like the worst night of my life. But, so we get through these things. I'd rather spend it with friends than I would in hotels. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the band? You guys have been putting out music for several years now, and I really love your sound, and I truly love your voice. I was listening to you over the past few days again, and just really you just have the coolest voice. I love it.
Thank you. Yeah, we've been playing for since I was in college. That's when I met the drummer Adam, and basically just formed. They already had the band kind of formed, and I just joined. But yeah, we've been playing since probably 2016. Obviously, the lineup's changed a few times throughout the years, but I feel like right now we're at our most solid point that we've ever been in, and we are, writing what we've always wanted to write, and it's just kind of more natural, without being forced to kind of go in a certain direction. It's more just we're just doing what we want to do and what we think sounds right.
Yeah, I think that's really important for any band, is to kind of follow the path that you feel that you should be on.
Yeah, I think that especially when you're in a younger band, you kind of push yourself to be in a certain way, and you don't really know what you want to sound like. You don't really know. You're not really a good musician then either, to be fair. We were all terrible. But I think as we grow together, our sound definitely grows, and the path looks a lot clearer on what we want to sound like and stuff. So it's really exciting. I feel really excited for where we're going at the moment. So that's good.
Yeah, I think I listen to you guys and I see, I hope this doesn't sound weird, but it's like heavy metal dance fairy music.
Damn right. That's how
I feel when I listen to you. And I'm like,
I feel like we should change the Spotify bio to that now.
Maybe it's time. It's, yeah. And I think maybe that's why I tap into it. It's that like, it's heavy, but it's like sparkly.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. And I hope I don't.
Yeah. That's exactly how I'd describe it.
Good. I got the concept then. I love it. What kind of, and it seems like you draw influences from a whole bunch of different genres to create your unique sound. Do you have a few favorites that are...
The guys will always take the piss out of me for this, but I've always loved the Killers since I was like younger. Just because like it's the band that me and my dad, we bonded over, and it's what got me into music. So I definitely feel like I take a lot of influence, from their synth sounds and their lead lines and songs, especially some of the older ones. So I definitely take inspiration from those. But recently, I've been taking a lot of, we all have from Sleep Token. Like, we've been really enjoying them, and, like, their melodies and stuff. And me and Ramal actually went and saw them in Glasgow, and they were absolutely incredible live. Like, so I definitely think we've been taking a lot of inspo from, like, Sleep Token, and we've been saying Spirit Box as well, but with a twist of, like, pop, I'd say, like a poppy twist.
Yeah. But it's funny though, because I think there are certain bands that are heavier, but they sound to me pretty much like bubblegum pop,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think my sister sent me this thing like of a whole bunch of Linkin Park songs for some reason. I was like, growing up, like, because I was, I don't know, 14 or something. 15 when the first album came out, and I'm listening to it now, all these little clips, and I was like, God, I didn't realize they were just such a pop band. Yeah, back then I was like, yeah, it's pretty
so cool,
hard, and I was like, no, it's true, like bubblegum. But the funny thing is, I don't think you guys sound like bubblegum. When you have those pop influences come in, they just sound cool. They don't sound that, I don't know. You know how pop sometimes gets a bad stereotype?
No, I love that though. Like, I love heavier music, don't get me wrong, but I am a sucker for a really nice pop melody. That's my favorite thing. Just a really melodic tune. Like, I just think it sounds pretty. So I like to mix it up and add that with like heavier guitars and drums and stuff, because I just think it sounds cool. So yeah.
It does sound cool. I don't know. Do you know the band Mother Mother?
I think it does sound familiar. Yeah.
They're Canadian, and they've kind of had in the last couple of years some viral moments on TikTok and stuff, whatever. With Hayloft, I think was what went viral. But oh my gosh, Molly, one of the female singers, she has this voice, and to me it sounds like also fairies, and you're just like, and it's so cool. But they're also one of the most depressing bands ever. I love them. I truly, truly just love them. I have since the beginning, but I also have to be careful that I don't listen too much, because I'll just go down.
Yeah,
it's dark. It's not just like it's not depressing. It sounds light and beautiful, but it's dark.
Yeah, but it makes you it makes you feel things.
All the feels.
I'll come out then. Yeah, I'll write that down, because I've not listened to them before.
Yeah, we were kind of talking about how a lot of lyrics in general are just kind of depressing, or
pretty much. I remember when we were first like writing together, like when we was all like teenagers, I remember Brad tried to have a go. Brad's the lead guitarist. He's not very good at like lyrics and stuff. Anyway, he tried to have a go, and he'd just gone through like a really bad breakup, bless him. And anyway, he wrote this song, and the lyrics were, the first lyric was, standing at a train line. I was just like, Brad, we can't do that, man. That's just, anyway, it got really dark. I was like, Brad, are you okay, man?
Yeah.
So yeah, that was his first attempt at lyrics, bless him. And we didn't add that one to the list of songs in the end.
But you know what? I also think I think it's really important that we allow ourselves to feel those feelings. So.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, it sounds sad to say, but I do think we all have those fleeting thoughts, hopefully fleeting, where we will stand at the train line, And I think it makes us human, though.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was just the way he was going all Morrissey on the lyrics, like with some lovely, like the, can't remember what it's called, like a metaphors and stuff. I was like,
Yeah.
mate, chill out. But yeah.
It's interesting. My gosh. And a lot of your songs too, they have focuses around mental health and healing.
Yeah, a lot of them do. We've always tried to have that as our like message for the band. So we almost use our songs as a bit of therapy, to get the words out. Sometimes you just don't know how to get out in a different way. So
yeah. Does it give you basically a safe space to do that then? Where is it easier to, let that out through music and lyrics versus, say, going to a therapist or even like ringing up your mom and being like, Mom, I need to talk?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I've never really like spoke to a therapist properly about, like my mental health or anything. So I'd say it's the only way I can really get stuff out properly. As for the guys, we'll just kind of all chat about stuff and we're all really close. And Tom as well, he's the rhythm guitarist. He's actually studying at the moment to become a music therapist. So he's really, really like amazing to chat to when you're struggling like mentally, because he just knows what to say. So he's the most recent like addition to the lineup, and I just feel like it's completed us, like all of us together now. So yeah, it's really nice that we have all this close connection to like talk about things together.
Do you find that you kind of put those messages of healing into your music? And now that he's in the band as well, will that be something that you focus on, is putting more healing out into the world with music?
Yeah, definitely. So our latest release, Hunger, is actually about the art of Kintsugi, if I'm saying that right. Hopefully I am.
Yes.
Thank you. So which is the art of it's Japanese pottery, which is like where they there's a broken pottery and they replace it or like heal it with gold, like repair it with gold, and it almost signifies like, you could be broken, but you're going to be beautiful at the end of it. Like, there's beautiness in brokenness. Does that make sense? Yeah, there's beauty in brokenness. So we actually used that as our theme for Hunger, which we like did in the lyrics as well, and as well with our artwork. We did like a lot of themes with the gold cracks like through and our single artwork. So we are going to be like continuing to do that throughout like the rest of the singles and stuff. So yeah, definitely. Yeah, we want to keep going with that one.
I always kind of talk about finding beauty in our flaws, where, we all have, whether it's physical or we have emotional baggage or, whatever things we all get worked up about. We all find ourselves so flawed for the most part. And, but it's incredible because other people, when they look at you, that thing that everybody goes, wow, I wish I had that. Or, there's something that just makes them extra, extra beautiful because of it.
Yeah, definitely. I think as well, a lot of our songs, I often talk about body image and how I see myself, especially in our song Heaven and Hell, which is about, it sounds as if the song is about like a relationship, like, like arguing with like a partner or whatever, but it's actually like you're arguing with yourself. And one of the lyrics is about looking in the mirror and stuff. So that is one that I always say every gig, because the intro for it is so long and I always go off, I don't know what to say in this bit. I always go, this song's about body image, how you see yourself. And I'll just say that because I want people to know, I want them to listen and know that it's okay to feel like that. So yeah, definitely.
It's hard. I'm noticing, because I have a teenage son, I am noticing that, boys really struggle with body image as well in different ways than we do as girls and growing up and as women and everything. It's so hard to overcome these things and really embrace everything that you don't like about yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
I found this sounds like, but the other day somebody had commented on a photo of me that, oh, you're just so beautiful or something. And I was like, wow, that's very kind of you. And she's like, oh, you're just going to have to accept it as the fact. And I was sitting there and actually, I think this morning I was walking my dog and thinking about like my entire life I spent being told how ugly I was, how unworthy I was, how, this and this and this and this and this are wrong with me. And then you have one person that's like, I don't actually even know her, but
yeah,
I just online and, and she's like, you're the bee's knees. And I'm like,
it's hard.
So, like, yeah, it's like somebody has to be wrong here.
Yeah. No.
Right?
It's a difficult. Sure.
But I think as I get older, I definitely like myself more than I did growing up. And but I still have my days.
Yeah.
Like more often than I'd like to admit. But,
Yeah, it's difficult, especially like the way the world is around you. Social media can be terrible personally for me as well. It can be so bad for me at times. I often find as well on stage, my biggest fear isn't messing up a note or something. It's like, not looking okay or people judging me or, I sometimes get in my own head when I'm on stage and I'll be looking at someone and I'll be like, they're literally looking at me and saying these horrible things. But, it's not, it's just what's in your head. And I find like writing the songs is like a way to, I don't know, get that out a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is probably like my biggest struggle at the moment. With it just puts my confidence down. And to be a front woman, I suppose you have to be really confident and, the center of attention, which I don't really like being, which is unfortunate because I picked this.
Yeah. No, but that's really interesting though. And I think it's like, I also think it's really natural to to have those thoughts.
Yeah.
But it's different when you're on stage, right? But sometimes, everybody's looking at me because I'm wearing 2 different socks, but like,
that's most
truthfully, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Like, they're more obsessed with their own socks than they are with your socks, right? And again, I've seen you perform and you're an excellent performer.
Thank you.
I think I told you this when I saw you. You guys need a bigger stage because I think where I saw you is a small stage.
Yeah.
But I feel like you would do such cool things and I feel like you need lasers.
Yeah. I'm right. We need pyros and lasers.
Yes. Maybe not even pyro. Well, maybe like firework kind of deals, but it's got to be like sparkly and lasers because it's so cool. Right?
Got a picture to.
Yes, tell them. Lasers. It doesn't matter what size. Lasers are always welcome.
This is when they bring like the little cat laser pet.
Oh my gosh, that would be so funny.
New stage show.
Yeah, maybe that one will pass on, but I don't know. Do you find though that it gets easier with every show you play and all the performances you do? Is it still hard?
I'd say it's hit and miss. Definitely, like, a lot of performers say that they just kind of shut off and, they go into a different persona. I can't do that one. I try, but I can't. So depending on how the crowd is with me depends on how I'm going to be. So if the crowd's very like upbeat and, they seem all friendly, I'm friendly. But if they're, more reserved and they need breaking out the shell, I really struggle to like get past that. So I just think, oh my God, they all hate me. They all hate us. Like, we should just go. But a lot of the times, like, I am getting better with it. Like, I think a lot of the times you just got to have the confidence and be like, right, this is our music. Not everyone's going to like it. And that's okay. It's just about, having fun on stage. So yeah, it's definitely like a learning progress. I've got a lot better since I was younger. I didn't used to move at all on stage. I'd just be stood there like this. But now I, can have a bit more fun with it. But I do miss playing my guitar on stage. That was my cover up. But yeah, it was my safety blanket. I would just like hold on to the guitar. But yeah, they all kind of said to me, right, Maddy, you know, you need to just like go for it, go full front woman mode. And I just tried, and I'm still getting better at it, but I've got a lot of learning to do in the same aspect as well. So yeah, it's cool.
That is really cool, though. I think, you know, we find out how strong we are when we push our boundaries and like jump out of our comfort zones. And it's, you know, and then when you come through the other side, maybe you didn't wind up like over here where you wanted to. Maybe you wind up like here.
But you're still closer to the end result.
Exactly. And you still have to be really, really proud of that.
Yeah.
You know what? It takes a lot of fucking guts to do that.
Yeah. I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it without the boys. Like the lads, like they're just amazing for it. Like I've done like solo gigs before many a time, and it's just I get more nervous for them. I don't know why, because usually they're just like acousticy kind of, you know, like I'm doing covers. I'm not even doing original songs, and I get probably more nervous for them than I do for like our sets. So yeah, it's a weird one.
No, I think it makes sense though, because then it is 100% just you versus you've got everybody surrounding you.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's, you know, I also think the people that sit there and if they do have bad things to say, you wouldn't catch them dead on stage ever. They're kind of jealous. And you know what? And it sounds almost cliche in a way saying that, like, oh, they're just jealous. But usually that's what it is, because they're not doing it or they couldn't do it. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose so, yeah.
Because I'm definitely not a bad performer. That's for sure.
Thank you. I'll try. I need to just get more confident with it. It's just something that you have to just keep doing, I suppose.
Do you have any specific things that have helped you gain confidence?
I'd just say just doing it over and over again until it doesn't, you know, feels too scary anymore. Like when I first used to gig when I was younger, so probably like my teens, before every gig I used to have like panic attacks and like I'd actually have to be sick like before I could go on the stage. But I've come like a long, long way since then with stage. Like now I just kind of like psych myself up and then get straight on. Yeah. I think when you're waiting around for something,
yeah, like
it builds up the suspense in me and I'm like, oh my God. But yeah, I don't really get like that anymore, to be fair. I'm a lot better. So
that's, but it's really interesting though.
Yeah. I found as well writing the set down, like, so I will have our set list obviously, but then I'll write little notes down on, like, I'm trying to think of the word for it, like prompts down for each section, which is really helpful because like I know like a lot of people think that like performance, like it should all come naturally and it should just be what it is, but for some people it just doesn't, like especially for me, like I'd say I'm more introverted than extroverted, so it is definitely like more of a struggle to be a performer when you're like introverted, sorry. So yeah, I have to write prompts down and kind of like know what I'm going to be saying, otherwise I will just stumble across my words or I'll just shut down and go really quiet. Yeah, they're definitely more helpful doing those pairing. So
yeah, no, absolutely. And you know what? How many artists use literal teleprompters for their lyrics? They're essentially, I guess if you want to say it that way, they're essentially singing karaoke where they've got their lines come up, right? There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
So having a few cues and prompt words to help you.
Yeah, definitely.
And that helps make it look more natural too.
Yeah.
Where you go, oh yes, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And now for our next song kind of deal.
Yeah, it's more professional, I suppose, to have a set, like what you're going to say at this time, what you're going to do. Because I suppose a lot of artists as well, like bigger artists, they'll have the in-ear monitors where they'll tell they'll say what you've got to say and then you just repeat it. So I suppose it's just kind of like that, but
yeah,
not as fancy.
No, it's just like low tech versus high tech.
Yeah, I'm right.
It's totally fine. I love that though. And it's amazing to see the confidence building though.
Yeah.
I talk about it sometimes. Like, I started my TikTok account, which truthfully I hardly ever go on. And I keep saying to myself, this is the week we're going to get back on it. And I mean, I haven't really, but after leaving a very abusive marriage, I felt truly like I had no voice.
Yeah.
I couldn't even speak. I was almost reduced to a whisper in many things. And so I started this TikTok account so I could be like, I really like this album because blah, blah, blah. Or I would talk about, different healing modalities and things like that I learned and whatever. I was just like, I am going to get my voice back. And I didn't really talk about it at the time.
Yeah.
But now here I am almost like a year with this podcast and I'm like, blah, blah, blah. You can't shut me up. So.
Yeah. That's really good though. Like that shows like a lot of growth, like in yourself, doesn't it?
But that's it. And it is jumping out of your comfort zone and showing up for yourself and the things that you want to do in your life. Right. And you're doing it. Yeah. So you have lots to like cheer for yourself for.
Inspirational. Yes. You've got to see it sometimes, haven't you? Like how far you've come and progressed as a person. I think it's easy to just get in a bit of a rut and, think, oh, I should be doing that. I should be doing that, looking like that. Like it's easy to compare, but you got to be proud of yourself at times. So
yeah, absolutely. And I think we all have these big goals that we're, constantly running towards, but we also have to be kind to ourselves that they don't usually happen just overnight.
Yeah. No, yeah.
It's, and look, it'll be super real talk. Sometimes I have to call my mom and I'm really lucky because my mom is amazing and we're really, really close. But sometimes I call her and I'm just like, I am the biggest loser on earth. And blah, 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 blah. And then I cry. And she's like, but you've done this and you've done this and you've done this and this and this and this and this. And I'm like, okay.
You're like, okay, I'll get out of my funk now.
Exactly. And you kind of have to do it though, and like, I don't know what I would do without my mom. Yeah. I'm very lucky in that way, but she'll be like, kind of give your head a shake. Like,
yeah.
When I was here, I was not doing this kind of stuff. When I was doing this, it was not like that. She's like, you're awesome. And I'm like, thanks, Mom.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet.
But you forget, right?
Yeah.
And I probably talk to my mom more than I talk to anybody on the planet. So she probably knows best of everything.
Yeah.
Right? You need that. And I think it's okay to take that boost from the people around you too. And we all, no matter who you are, you all need that support sometimes, right?
Definitely, yeah. Yeah, sure.
Do you ever have ways that you check in with yourself to see how awesome you are?
I don't really know. I'm trying to think. I think sometimes I will do I'll do like a comparison to when I was younger and I'll go, right, when I was this old, like what would I have thought I would have had? Like, and I remember going, when I was younger, I would think, like, I just couldn't fathom like having my own house or like a car or like pets and stuff like that. And, like doing the things that I do, like, but I look back and I think, well, I do drive now. I've got a car, like I've got pets, like, it's weird looking back and going, like, I've done that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you've got to be proud of yourself for how far you've come. Definitely am, like, if I ever feel a bit down or I need a bit of my head checking, like, I'll just, I'll think back to when I was younger and go, little Maddy would have never thought I would have a car right now and I'd be driving. I could go wherever I want, you know what I mean? These little things like that. These little victories. So yeah, definitely.
Love that. So you have some new music on the way.
Yes, we do. We are looking at some new singles coming out in around April time. So end of March, April time. So that's exciting. We actually have played one of them like in our latest set. So when we had our single release at the For Hunger, we played the next single we're going to be releasing. We played that one, but it wasn't like complete then. It was more like a test the waters kind of vibe. I'm so happy and excited for this one to come out. So yeah, it's all coming together now. It's a waiting game.
Oh, I'm really excited to hear it. And so you said these ones are all going to kind of tie in with that Kintsugi theme, coming back stronger, being unbreakable.
Yeah. So we are looking at doing some videos as well. So hopefully they'll kind of tie in together. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure when the dates are going to be of the releases yet, but hopefully we'll get that figured out soon, because we need to.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh my gosh. It's going to be amazing.
Yeah.
And you've got, you have a few shows coming up as well. So then people can follow along and check you out online too.
Yeah. So we have I've got it written down. Let me check, because I always get dates wrong. I'm terrible. So I have to write everything down. So yeah, around the end of June, we are hoping to have a headline gig in Sheffield. So that'll be hopefully when we've got both singles out, we can kind of, showcase them there. And then at the end, it's in October, we've got the Novocaine Festival in Sheffield again as well. So we haven't actually got lots of gigs this year lined up. It's more of we wanted to focus on the releasing of songs and getting stuff together, because a lot of the times we'll focus on gigging a lot and we just don't get time to, write and record and, do the other parts that people don't really see. Because it takes so long to, just write and record one song and get it, uploaded and get all the promo done. It's a lot longer than you think sometimes. So this year, our biggest goal was to kind of just focus on the writing and recording side of things. So yeah, this year's gigs aren't massive compared to like what we've done previously, but yeah, we've got a lot like exciting things lined up. So hopefully they'll be fun.
Yeah, it's going to be really good. So if people want to look you up, where's the best place to connect with you guys?
We are Saints Among Us Band on like most socials. So there's like Instagram, Facebook. I think we're SAU Band on TikTok and stuff like that. So pretty much on all social medias, it'll be Saints Among Us Band. But yeah, we post regular updates on like gigs and stuff, and we try to do like more funny stuff on TikTok and random bits on TikTok. So yeah, so that's pretty much it.
And so we'll link everything in the show notes.
Cool.
I have honestly loved having you as a guest, Maddy. I really appreciate your time. And I'm so excited to see all of the things that you guys come up with going forward.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
We'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us today on the Healthy Metal Hippie podcast. If you're looking for more, head to healthymetalhippie.com and let's connect. Until next time, wishing you a magical week. See you later.